Hi, I'm Mike at Top Dog SF, and I'm here with Rufus the Bernedoodle, and we're going to teach him how to sit. There's 3 steps to teaching a puppy or dog how to sit. Number 1, we want to use our baited hand to lure them into the sit position. Number 2, we want to teach them to sit with a hand cue. And number 3, we want to teach them to sit on verbal cue. So in this video, we're going to show you the 3 steps and how it works. And hopefully Rufus will learn how to sit perfectly by the end. Here we go. All right, so I have some high value treats in my left hand. I'm gonna call that my reservoir hand. And then I'm gonna load my right hand, which I'm gonna call my lure hand, from my left hand as I work on this exercise with Rufus. In the beginning, all I'm trying to do is just lure Rufus into the sitting position, mark with a yes, and then I feed him afterwards. And I'm not gonna say SIT or give him any cue. I'm gonna actually try to be silent during this exercise. All I want him to hear is the marker YES. 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 Okay, and so now for step 2, what I'm going to do is, if you noticed, I was just kind of moving my hand up kind of above Rufus's head. This is going to be our hand cue for teaching Rufus to sit. And we want to teach Rufus the hand cue first with no food in my hand before we move on to teaching him the verbal cue. Like this. Rufus! So first I'm going to give him a couple high value treats just to get him interested. And now I don't have any food in this hand at all. Yes. 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 And now for the 3rd step, to introduce the verbal cue. Since Rufus is sitting when I do the hand cue without any food in my hand, now we want to say the cue sit right before the hand cue. So if you notice, I'm going to try and be still when I say the cue sit, and then I'm going to give him the hand cue if he doesn't follow the verbal cue. Once again, I'm going to give him a couple high value treats. I have several high value treats in my reservoir hand, and this hand is empty. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Nope. Yes. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Nope. Rufus, sit. Yes. Rufus, sit. Rufus, sit. Yes. So if you notice, sometimes when I say sit, he sits without having to give him the hand cue. But sometimes when I say sit, he just looks at me. And when he doesn't sit on the verbal cue, this is where I use the hand cue to enforce the verbal cue sit and get him to actually do it. And then once he does, I mark with a YES, I move, and I feed him. Now, if you notice, there were a couple of times there where I asked Rufus to sit and he laid down. And when he did that, all I did was I said, nope. I took a step away from him, and then I either just gave him the hand cue without saying the verbal cue, and once he sat, I marked with a yes, I moved, I fed him, and then the other time that he had done it, I said, nope, I took a step away, and then I repeated the cue, sit, and then I gave him the hand cue, and he did sit. So we want to keep practicing this and trying to be consistent as much as we can with our puppy or adult dog while we're teaching them any new cue, but especially with this behavior, we want to make it fun for the dog. And so we want to make it encouraging and enjoyable for them to want to engage in the exercise with us. We hope this video is helpful.